Now at 6, Dog Day afternoon. The Coast Guard forced to turn back. The Channel 3 crews team up with an airboat captain to rescue a dog stuck on a frozen Lake Erie, and only we have the dramatic video.
This Channel 3 newscast is brought to you by Classic Auto Group and the all-new DriveClassic.com. And now, Channel 3 News at 6.
A dog stuck on the ice of Lake Erie for days was rescued tonight. Channel 3 and a local captain of an airboat went out on the ice to rescue the dog. Channel 3's Mike O'Mara and photojournalist George Payamjas were the ones who pulled the dog from the ice. And Mike is live on the shore right now. Mike, tell us what happened.
This was one of those really wonderful moments where we actually could do something positive and affect some changes. And we're all dog lovers that were on that boat today, and we're all getting a little misty-eyed on our way back. So to set it up, the poor animal had been out on this lake on the ice for days. It had been missing for almost 5 days from its home, and it was spotted out here. Was just sort of trying to, stay out there, wouldn't come in. The Coast Guard actually showed up, and 5 guys went out on the ice and tried to corral it back in. Unfortunately, as they were corralling it, the dog just ran out even further into Lake Erie, about 1.5 miles. So now things are getting worse. The poor dog has not eaten for a week. It's going to probably freeze to death. It was now huddled up, not going anywhere. So we called an airboat company, the Air One Airboat Company, and Tony Musioni came out. We came around the bend about 2 miles away, pulled up next to the dog. Tony gets out, scares the dog around to the side. Videographer George Payamjas snags the collar, pulls it up into the
All right. Hey, baby. Hey, sweetheart. You got your thing. You're just a puppy. Yes, you are, baby.
The owners were waiting on shore, and this was a wonderful moment because they had put flyers up. They had been notified that this might be their dog, and sure as heck, as soon as the dog saw him, it knew that was mom, dad, sister, everybody, the whole family reunited, hugs, kisses. It was as good as it gets, really, as good as it gets. Even the airboat captain, Tony Musioni, got a little misty-eyed too. He's a tough guy, but it was that kind of a story. So at the end of the newscast, we're going to run the whole thing because we were rolling video the whole time we were out there on the lake. So this one turned out really well. We're going to have lots more, of course, at 7 o'clock. We'll have interviews with everybody that was involved, so stay tuned for that. But this, I've got to tell you, was a crazy day and one that I'll never forget, at least well, no, I'll never forget it. It was that good.
Yeah,
so
Mike,
that's the latest here.
I can only imagine, and we heard back here what happened. There were a lot of cheers going up in this newsroom. Much kudos to you and George for doing that. And as you said, we're going to see that rescue later on in our broadcast. Thank you so much. Right. We'll talk to you later.
Sure.
A dog trapped on the ice of Lake Erie, and Channel 3 and the captain of an ice boat stepped in to help. You won't want to miss the heartwarming reunion between the dog and its owners.
This Channel 3 newscast is brought to you by Classic Auto Group and the all-new DriveClassic.com. And now, Channel 3 News at 7.
Hey, good evening. We begin with a dramatic dog rescue on Lake Erie. Her owners have been worried about the runaway for days. When we found out, we looked for a way to help.
Channel 3's Mike O'Mara joins us now live. And Mike, this was a challenging rescue mission. It had to be just an incredible feeling to reunite Kimberly with her owners.
Yeah, this was one of the greatest moments in terms of being happy about a story turning out the right way that I've had in many, many, many years. And I got to tell you, this dog had been out there on the ice for days. The owners had been missing it since last Sunday. The neighbor here, Susan Zanetti, saw it out here, and it was freezing to death. I mean, there was no hope because the Coast Guard tried and failed. So we got the Air One airboat to come out. Videographer George Payamjas and I jumped in with him and started heading out. The problem was the big noise of the engine of that airboat was scaring the dog, and we'd get close to the dog would start running away. So we thought, oh, good heavens, at least it's running toward shore. And George, you were shooting at the same time, but we thought this dog is not going to help us, and it did.
It just came around that corner, and I had unzipped the door, and it just got a little close. I reached for it, backed off a little bit, then pulled my hand back, came close, grabbed it right from the collar, and pulled it in. It was a great rescue.
And we're just watching it right now as you pull it in, and the great thing is, as you pulled it up, it bounced into my lap and just went, okay, I'm fine. The dog was so mellow and so sweet.
I'm very happy to be somewhere warm, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was obviously his paws were ice, burned with the ice, but I mean, it was just the sweetest, happiest little dog. And I got to tell you, when we got back to shore, the reunion was, I mean, sensational. It was very, very sweet.
Very excited. It's been a long time waiting to get her back. We fly her everywhere, and we're just very happy that you guys were able to send a boat out, because we had the police out earlier, and I think they kind of gave up after a while.
That we just saved a great dog, and you can tell by how happy that dog is that we did the right thing today.
Yes, we did the right thing today. And Susan, today you just saw there was a neighbor who spotted the dog out on the ice and said she needed everybody to come to the rescue, and we did. And George, I got to tell you, it was extraordinary because you were holding a camera here and then trying to grab the dog with your other hand. Well done.
I was sacrificing the shot to save the dog.
But we got that dog named Kimberly, which was a puppy, back inside, and as you saw, all is well tonight. And so we're going to have more with the family tonight at 11 o'clock. But this mission is now, I think, officially over. And high five, man. That's the latest here. Back to you guys.
Wow. You know what? Incredible day for you guys. Incredible day for the dog and the dog's owners. Mike, we were talking about this earlier. Seeing your reaction, seeing how emotional you were in all of this was quite telling.
Well, it's hard not to be affected, especially if you're an animal lover. And even the airboat captain got a little misty-eyed when we got back because it was that cool. So I'm very happy.
Yeah, it's rare that a photographer will ever sacrifice his shot, but it shows you guys had your priorities straight.
Yes, he did.
Great job.
He did.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks. All right.